Welcome everyone and welcome back to the Racing Line, and of course welcome back to your Shell Advance Inside Racing Cup Super Series Nationwide Championships. And we are going to give you our Super Underbone category, and this is one of the two top categories of the season, and of course this is the best underbone circuit racers in the country right now. And before we go there, we are going to show you what's in store for these riders. I mean the championship points, and of course we have gone to Davao, Pampanga, Cagayan de Oro, Bacolod, Cavite, and Cebu, and right now this is where they at, and only one race to go, and this is the last race of the year. Leading the pack is John Emerson Ingito with 152.75 points, followed by his teammate 141.25 Masato Fernando, and another teammate of Yamaha Spec V 126.75, that's James Aldrin Mendez. And as you can see, on fourth we have the first Visman racer, and that is Vinji Coloma with 119.5, Dan Carlos from Malaybalay Bukidnon 105.25, and Gary Cañeda from Cebu 101.25, and April King Mascardo 53.5. And this is a very well dominated race by the Yamaha Spec V from Davao all the way to Cebu, from Pampanga, Cagayan de Oro, Bacolod, and Cavite. But we have seen the ups and downs, and this is the determining race on who will be crowned as the Super Underbone Rider of the Year. Alright, so here we go. So this is going to be an exciting race. So on pole position is from Spec V, James Mendez, followed by Masato Fernando. On third is April King Mascardo, Hallmark Doblada, Vinji Coloma, Gary Cañeda, Nini Fabian, Jay Ingito, Romer Corbe, and Dan Carlos. We have 10 racers, and this is it. James Mendez taking the first corner who shot there, followed by Masato Fernando, and I think that is April King Mascardo, Hallmark Doblada. There we go. Good start there for James Mendez and Masato Fernando, who's currently on the lead right now in the opening stages of our race of your Super Underbone. This is going to be the last race of the year, and it's a pretty exciting race series since we started in Davao, and right now we are here in Pampanga for your Luzon Grand Prix for the last race of the year. And just like what I mentioned in the opening of this segment is that, yep, it's a very well dominated Yamaha Spec V, but we've seen them also get a piece of sort of challenge for them when we went to smaller tracks. But right now this is their home turf. This is really what they need for them to be able to secure the championships for this year. And of course, oh, that is Jay Ingito, I think, who somehow started at the mid-pack of the grid, and right now he is leading this race definitely, because he is also leading the championship points, just like what I mentioned in the opening. I show you that the championship points leader standing, that Jay Ingito is poised to be the Super Underbone Rider of the Year. James Mendez and Masato Fernando. And of course we'll also be giving out awards for the overall Rider of the Year. This is a combination of your Super Underbone and Super Scooter. So of course, who is the top racer who got the top championship points for the Super Underbone and Super Scooter? That will be our IRCUP or RUGP Rider of the Year. And so far so good by these three Spec V riders, sort of exchanging second position and third position. That is James Mendez and Masato Fernando. But right now these guys are on their own, and look at that one. They're protecting the race leader Jay Ingito, but so far the farthest is, or the dearest is Vinji Coloma. There you go. He's currently on fourth. He is one of the top Mindanao Visman racers in the series. Vinji Coloma looking good right here in 4th. Gary Cañeda in 5th. Paul Mark Doblada in 6th. Nino Fabian in 7th. Dan Carlos in 8th. Mascardo in 9th. And Corbe in 10th. 10 racers right now on the track. And this is the 3 Spec V riders. Look at that one. They're on a race on their own. And we are looking at an exchange lead here. I think that is Masato Fernando who is leading right now. We're going to check on the classification before we will get that confirmation who is leading right now. But still no changes with the Team Spec B who is leading this one right now. With the top 3 Underbone riders, or Super Underbone riders, here on the track. There we go. Look at that one, and that is the gap between them and Vinji Coloma. Paul Mark Doblada, Dan Carlos also in 6th. Oh, Gary Cañeda slide down. So there you go. James Mendez is leading this race, followed by Masato Fernando and J.E. Inguito in 3rd. Slight of a change there for the race lead, but no changes in our Spec V, Yamaha Spec V, who is leading this one. That is a sort of a lopsided lead there. Another exchange of lead here. That is Masato Fernando, I think, who's getting in front of the 2 teammates. There we go. Masato Fernando leading this one right now. Of course, we would like to thank Shell Advance for making this happen, and we made history right now. For 7 races, we went from Davao to Cagayan de Oro, back to Clark, and we went to Bacolod, Carmona, back to Carmona, Cebu, and right now we are here at CIS, or Clark International Speedway, for your Luzon Grand Prix, the last race of the year. And tonight we'll be having our awards banquet, and that's the time that we'll be able to know who will reign supreme in this first ever Super Series Nationwide Championships. As Masato Fernando, look at the gap there. He quickly established his teammates trying to catch him up. That is the speed right now Masato Fernando is doing on the stretch. Fernando looking good. Jay Inguito currently in 2nd right now. James Mendez slide down to 3rd. There you go, that's the classification. Coloma still in 4th. Doblada still in 5th. Carlos still in 6th. Oh, Carlos climb up sort of here. 6th position. Oh, that we can no longer see Vinji Coloma, which means that it's either Coloma is slowing down, making sure that he'll be able to finish this race, or these 3 Yamaha Spec V riders are indeed on a different pace. It's quite increasing. As you can see, Masato Fernando is really sort of breaking away right now from his teammates, Inguito and Mendez. So it's quite interesting. And I think based on our championship point standing, Masato Fernando sort of has a chance kinda to overtake Jay Inguito for the Rider of the Year for Super Underbone. But I'm not quite sure if Inguito will be able to finish what's his position right now, which is 2nd, and I think Inguito will walk away with the Super Underbone Rider of the Year. But definitely still with the Yamaha Spec V, whom I said a while ago really dominated this Super Series, especially in the Underbone category. But we also saw them having a lot of challenge in some small tracks such as Davao, Cagayan de Oro, and Bacolod. So we've seen them also being challenged there. But right now, this is their home turf. And I think this is where they normally practices here. So Masato Fernando, there you go, leading this one. Jay Ingito, we saw a few tussle there between his teammate James Mendez. There we go. I think we are ready on the last lap of the race, as Masato Fernando is poised to win this one with that huge gap from his teammates. There we go. That is the gap right now. And where is Vinji Coloma? I think Coloma's far away, and I think he's just maintaining that fourth position, trying to defend himself from Doblada and Dan Carlos in sixth. So there we go, a few more corners to go before going to the backstretch and onto the last corner of the track. Poised to win the Super Underbone of your Luzon Grand Prix. This is going to change the championship point standing, but definitely Masato Fernando is indeed a candidate for the IRCUP Rider of the Year. Here we go, on the last corner, Masato Fernando takes on the stretch, winning the Super Underbone category of your Iinside Racing Cup Super Series, followed by Jay Ingito and James Mendez. This is your Shell Advance Super Series IRCUP, only here on the Racing Line.